Now listen, when you write an article saying someone should step down from their job, as Caroline Wilson did with our man Jim, who said it's time to go, you then need to sort of come up with a solution, don't you? You got to sort of, if you're going to go as heavy as that and sack someone, you got to try and just go to the ends of the world to come up with a viable alternative so it gives more strength to your article.
She's come up with an alternative today, Gary.
Who?
Spud, who was it?
Slamming Sammy Kekovich.
Honestly.
Now,
we all love Sam.
I like Sam.
No, let's preface this. Let's everyone say it. We all love Sam.
We all love him. I absolutely love him. But he should have known when Caro called him up. He's a smart man, Sam, too. Don't worry about that. He should have said, no. That's, Brayshaw's doing a great job, etc., etc.
Well, he doesn't have to say that.
Well,
you can
whatever.
say whatever's in here.
Oh, exactly. Well, whatever. But you don't put any little doubt in there now.
But if the criticism that Caro's raised for James is he doesn't put enough time into it and then he carries on the footy show occasionally, what are we talking about with Sam Kekovich as being
the great raconteur?
Exactly.
And the great entertainer, does the chop ads. He's on the speaking circuit as well as anyone in the caper. Is he ready to go and front up at a $35 million business that demands plenty of time?
He's a very busy man too, Sam.
I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting president's meeting.
Look, the key, Gary, to this, and I've said it all along and I don't want to bash it anymore, is we must, in this business, separate personal vitriol from actual fact. And that's what very few people seem prepared to do. I said it Thursday night. If people have an intense dislike of me, and that is certainly Caroline Wilson.
She would say, I'll tell you her answer to that, because I've asked her many times. She would say she doesn't dislike
you. That is
you.
rubbish, Gary.
Hang on, I haven't spoken yet. She would say that is not right. She just doesn't think you're doing a good job. No, that's her reply.
Yeah, because that's an easy reply. The truth is she doesn't, and therefore all this fluff comes out.
Why doesn't she, Joe?
Where did the personality rift come from? How long ago?
Why does she dislike you then so much? If she says she doesn't.
I don't know. And I've never bothered to find out. It doesn't bother me either. But what annoys me is that when certainly heat comes on, there are people who just skunk off.
You're talking
about
not my
fault.
Is this the
I'll
old
blame everyone else.
The old, what does she call them?
The old
North Melbourne
people.
family or North Melbourne people. Are they the ones
Well, the club's at its most vulnerable at the moment, Gary. So if you're the leader of the place, which I am, you stand up and protect your people. And that's what we're doing.
Gary, I read every article ever written on football, as you know, as you do. But I keep reading Caroline Wilson's articles and like the urging of her for James to follow Eugene out of the club. I keep reading it, but I don't get a real reason as to why. And there's certainly no solution if Sam Kekovich is the solution in her eyes. You know her better than we do. Do you think it is a hatred thing, or do you take her at the word that it's not? It's just an assessment of James doing his job.
I think there's a bit of vitriol involved, personally. I do. I think there's a bit of personality involved, but you know what Caroline's like. She's has been well-respected, not by everyone, clearly, but a very well-respected journalist, and she's got a very strong opinion on a lot of facts, on a lot of different things in football, and this is her strong opinion, obviously.
Sorry, David, does Keck understand if let's say he did, that there's a president's luncheon or dinner, but then all those other functions around the MCG, all those suites that he drops into, that he's got to forego all that? He's actually the old little lacquer band sort of...
No lacquer band
no, nothing.
No,
I
don't think that's going to get far. That's an interesting alternative. But anyway, we'll front up on Monday night.
Yeah,
no
I look
doubt.
forward to watching it.
We've offered Jim the opportunity, but he's...
You going on, Jim?
Yeah, please.
There was another observation made by Mark Robinson, said that Jim had to actually change his life.
Well, come on.
Well,
we change your life.
Mark Robinson telling someone to change
Gary,
their life.
The easiest thing for Jim to change would be to say, I'm going to stop doing this voluntary job that's giving me more grief than anything else, and just get on with it.
And it's taken 4 years off his life.
We can't. I mean, this is a hard thing in all this, and I think on Thursday night, Damo, you did your best job we possibly could in answering, in questioning Jim. There's only one man that can really sort of stand up and support Jim in the manner that I think we'd like to, and that would be Jakey the Push-Up King. I think if there's any problems that Jim's got out there in the wider footy community, I'd just tap little Push-Up, who's going to join us in about
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think if Push-Up wanders
He's
around
out there
and says,
now.
hands off my man Jim, all over.
Gary,
Yes?
don't worry. If any after-hours jipper tried to have any little piece, that's where you get the push-up wandering in going, right, let's sort a couple of
How
things
many
out
more
here.
bullets can your massive frame take? How many more?
When you got this ring, Spud?
Seriously, how many more? That pissy little frame.
Spud,
I know you're copying bullets.
You've drawn a lot of fire. But
I'm like Nordberg at the start of Naked Gun 33 and a third. I'm just copping them and then putting my hand on the oven and that gets burnt. And then fingers
Get in the
door.
gym, son.
Gary, what do you think he needs to change about his life?
I've got
Stop hanging around with you.
I've got a myriad of things that I would be suggesting, but none that we can add.